Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chad with CD Shave, and thank you very much for joining me for today's head shave and, well, a sample. That's right, I procured a sample. This is where our sample and a shave series comes into play. I just basically try it out first time, don't know much about the company, giving it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Before we get into that, let's get into the holiday of the day. Today's holiday of the day is National Devil Dog Day. Yep, there's a whole bunch of holidays. There's two that stood out to me, though. National Devil Dog Day and National Prime Rib Day, both I'm huge fans of. However, I haven't had a devil dog in God knows how long. Those things are not all that great for you, but they taste fantastic, especially if you pop them in the freezer for a little bit. Anyway, I've seen at the local fairs, too, people deep fry them. That doesn't do much for me. But prime rib, on the other hand, I'm all about that. So, National Prime Rib and Devil Dog Day. Go for it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to the shave, shall we? Because I really need a head shave quite badly. Today we're going to be profiling Black Fern. Right there. The Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company. I've never used these guys before. I actually never really heard of them until I got a hold of the sample. And I wanted to try them out. As you can see, it's kind of a black colored soap. That's right there. Has a very strong eucalyptus scent to it. The fragrance, the notes on it are lavender, geranium, patchouli, labdanum, clove, eucalyptus, orange, peppermint. This company claims it uses a lot less water than other soaps, which kind of intrigued me because I don't like sitting there adding water after water after water, so we'll see what a lot less water is. It is, as I said, it may have said earlier, it is a vegan-based soap. It's $21.99 for a 4-ounce puck over at lashavingsoap.com, and it's described by them as a floral fougere. I don't know if I quite get that, but definitely get a lot of the eucalyptus off of it. A little bit of floral, but we'll see how she does when she's lathered. As far as the rest of the shave gear is concerned, I've got chiseled face trade winds. I don't have the matching aftershave to Black Fern. It is offered. It's a mentholated 100 milliliter bottle, alcohol-based, and it's $21.99 as well. Given some of the higher-end soaps, that's probably about average. It's getting a little high for my taste, but if this proves to shave well, we'll see. So again, moving on with the rest of the gear, we got chisel faces, trade winds, aftershave splash. I kind of just felt like it would go with that. This is more of a sea or a fresh air kind of a scent, but I kind of thought it just, for me, it just matched. It did today anyway. Turn and Shave, glow-in-the-dark handle, synthetic knot. It's one of his earlier ones before he started marking it. We're going to bowl lather today. And for the razor, we're going with Yaqui Beast Head Slant Bar on a Mule R41 handle and Voskhod blade. So, all that gear in place, we're going to get everything ready. We're going to pour our water. We're going to get our soap set in here. We're going to load it up on the brush, and then we'll get into the head shave. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Brush is somewhat loaded, but more importantly, the lather is there. I found that I actually didn't really have to add any less lather than normal for one of the higher end soaps. As far as maintaining the hydration, we'll see. It's starting to dry out a little bit, but we'll check that out in a little bit. Razor's loaded, ready to go. A little bit of water in the head. All right, let's get this shave happening. So, it took a while for me to load it up, or to lather it up, but you know what? It's also a brand new soap. I was just trying it out. I've never really used it before, so it took me a minute, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want to spend all day long lathering a soap. And it was a synthetic brush, one that I've used a bunch of times, so I shouldn't have had any trouble with it. So again, it took me a little bit longer to lather than I would have liked. But again, it is a brand new soap, so we'll give a little bit of margin of error for the fact that it's new. All right. Lather's on there. It seems to be maintained. It's drying out a little bit. Definitely not something I'd want to just spend my entire shave just continuing to add water to. I want the soap to be able to maintain its hydration. And looks a little dry, but we'll see. As far as the gliding is concerned, razor's going right along. No issues there. No skipping, nothing like that. Yep, no issues there on that first pass, which is just about done. There, first pass is done. Residual slickness, yeah, it's there. Not a ton of it. It's not, I've definitely felt more, but it's there. Second pass. Plenty of lather. Lather seems to be, although the top part is a little dry, you can see it's kind of starting to dry out a little bit. It doesn't quite have that sheen that it did. So all right, second pass. Cross grain. Slickness is good. The density on the soap, as I kind of touched on a little bit, seems to be all right in the beginning. It just seems to dry out a little bit, and I'm watching the lather, and I feel like I want to add more water to it. I'm not going to, because that could just be me, it could be the soap, who knows. So it's also very dry in my house right now, which could be also accounting for that. All right. All right, second pass is done. Check the residual slickness on that. Still the same, it's taking the hair off. Still no skipping or anything like that, so the performance is doing pretty well. Soap seems to be hydrated. It's just that top layer. It's probably just because it's dry in my house. Because underneath you can still see there's still a sheen to it. So it's actually maintaining the hydration pretty well. Still appears to be plenty of cushion, density so far. Oops. I was thinking of a soap that Sterling had at one point. I don't think they have it anymore. That had black licorice in it, and a couple other things. And it reminds me of that. And I think it was called Black Ice, if I remember. We're on our second cross grain. I'm almost done with the shave here. Right around. Wow. Yeah, no issues here as far as the this is my third pass, and it's taken plenty of hair off, and well, the blade is very smooth, no irritation. It's plenty of residual slickness, like I was saying. Yeah, if I stir this lather around, it's not dry all the way through. It's just that top layer. I'm gonna say that that's because of the air in my house. Although it's raining outside right now, it's very, very dry here. And has been for a while. I think if I was in my bathroom, that might be a different story because of the moisture from the shower and stuff. You know what? Say what you want about People say, oh, you don't need to put that much lather on. I love shaving this way. It just works for me. All right, against the grain. Just going to rinse that razor off a little bit. Definitely slick. The scent was pretty strong off the puck. As far as the scent on the shave, I can smell it pretty good, and I'm in a pretty big room here. If I was in a bathroom, I bet it would be filling the bathroom. So the scent strength, I'd say, is pretty strong. I'd say it's mid-strong. Mid-strong, rather. Let's go up on here, right by the ear. All right. There they're against the grain. Whew. Nice shave. Let's check out what's left in the brush. So that's our soap. As you can see, we got plenty of peaks there. Yeah, this is pretty hydrated. I definitely, it's the air in here. This is pretty hydrated. I can feel it. As far as what's left in the bowl is concerned, yeah, that's definitely pretty dense. Slickness is there, for sure. Just going to take a minute and feel around, see if there's any places that I may have missed. I tend to miss the sides. Believe it or not, I have to kind of bring the razor up and go around. Actually, yeah, you know what? We're going to call this done. All done. All right. We're going to get cleaned up here, and we'll be right back with the post-shave. Wash our hands a little bit. So, we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We're into the post-shave. We're not going to do witch hazel today, because I just don't have it with me right now. And it's in my shave den, and I'm just going to go with this. We're going to skip the witch hazel and just go right into the aftershave. Before we do that, we have achieved DOP status, dome of perfection, no nicks, cuts, areas of irritation, razor bumps, smooth as glass. Now, having said that, the skin actually feels really good. I was questioning that at first because of I thought maybe the soap was losing hydration, but it's not. It feels really nice. I really enjoy it. The scent strength, scent is still there. For what it's worth, I can't really speak to the aftershave. We're going to throw on some of this aftershave from Trade Winds. Right on it. Yeah, this is nice. It's kind of rainy today, so this just, for some reason, I always think of boats and sailing and so on and so forth. So Trade Winds really kind of spoke to me, and the smell on that is fantastic. It's kind of like, it does remind you of being out on the water. A little bit of citrus, touch of menthol, and just basically a few C notes. So this really worked well. I thought it was a nice combination. So as far as the soap is concerned, if you can swing the extra cost, then yeah, there are soaps that are cheaper, but I thought this soap performed very well, and I think it could be worth the money depending on your preferences. It's a little bit on the high end, but I definitely thought it performed well. I thought it performed, for the price point, I think it performed very well, especially for being a vegan. There are a lot of people out there that claim they do really nice vegan soaps and not so much. This is a little different. So, yeah, you know what? I would recommend this soap. I recommend this, and as far as the aftershave is concerned, that I can't speak to. This soap was very, very strong in scent right off of it, and throughout the shave it was strong. So if you like a strong smelling scent, especially eucalyptus, then I would recommend this. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the shave. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed but wish to do so, make sure you knock that bell. That way you get a notification every time we do a new video here at CD Shaving. Folks, I am Chad. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you guys and girls in the next video.